What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sports Talk 1. Week 0 is in the books. 2024 college football. Week 0 books, folks. College football is right here. Week 0 is in the books. Week 1 is coming up. We'll do a video of that. Period prediction video of Week 1 game. Week 1, we got lots of games to talk about. Really good schedule. Before Week 0, I'm going to tell you that they were like good games. Saturday, August 23rd, 2025 was a great day for college football. And I enjoyed all the games. I completely enjoyed all those games. We'll be talking about the Iowa Kansas State game. We'll talk about UNLV, Iowa State. We'll talk a little bit about the Kansas Federal State, of course, finish off about the Stanford Hawaii game at the end. The biggest game I think of the weekend that everybody had their eyes on was this game: Iowa versus Kansas State. Iowa State beat Kansas State 24-21. This was a good game. The first half, let me tell you something. Let's recap this here. Let me just tell you about the game for a second. The first half of the game, and you're going to see here. Look at the box score. Look at this. 7-7. It was tied 7-7 at halftime. The first half, I would say it wasn't boring, but it was like really rough football. I think that's due to the weather, the first half. So yeah, the weather started to clear up a bit. The second half was a little bit more entertaining than the first half, I'll say that. But the second half, I think when teams start to score, and I'm going to talk about that. Second half, follow leader situation. The first half, it was raining. And I don't blame what the score was at halftime. It was just wet ball and rainy, and nobody could run the ball, like throw the ball, catch the ball there. I'm trying to do. There's a punt where today where the Iowa State punted. Iowa State, but could catch it because of weather. Then Iowa State then fumbles it. Then Kansas State gets the ball. They score eventually on possession. Um, you know, there was that scenario. And this game was first of all one of the best games you can ask for. It didn't matter who won this game, but you got glad college football was back. This game was also played in Ireland. Two conference games, two biggest teams, conference rivals, battling out. The winner implication of Big 12 title game, and of course, implication of the playoffs. For Iowa State, it was a good game, both defensively and offensively. For Kansas State, it was great offensively until the loss of Edwards injury. Dylan Edwards goes on the IL in the list. We'll see if he's going to be healthy enough to come back week 4. I imagine he's not going to play week 1, week 2, or week 3. But I think you're playing two really crappy teams, if I'm not mistaken. Kansas State, you got like two not great teams. So put that in perspective there. I know he's a big asset for Kansas State. Big asset for the team. And of course, the quarterback situation. Avery Johnson is a good quarterback at Kansas State. He was good last year. He's definitely improved a little bit this year. We'll see how he does later on in the games. Same thing with Rocco Beck, the quarterback at Iowa State. He's improved. Quarterbacks tend to improve over the years, from year 1 to year 2. Same thing for these two quarterbacks. But let's recap this. Rocco Beck passed for 2 touchdowns and ran for another score, beat happened. Back with 4 yards. Dominic Albee with a 23-yard touchdown in the first quarter, and then Brett Ellis for 24-yarder in third quarter. And then for 2:26 to go, Iowa State coach Mason Campbell went to the team, go for it, 4th down 3, and then on the Kansas State line, and then Beck found for the 15 yards, and then they iced the game by taking a knee to clock out. Kansas say running back then I was injured in the first quarter. I punt the Muffa. So when I got injured in the Muffa punt, we don't know if he's gonna come. What we don't even turn the game. We know what he's gonna come back. How it's gonna be. I will tell you what. The takeaway back look like a veteran quarterback in the second half. Led team to his arm and legs in the crucial opener. Iowa State got South Dakota on August 30th, and then Kansas State hosts South Dakota the same. North Dakota, so North Dakota the same day. I was gonna say. Um, Overview of the game. Rocker back at 14 for 28, completion of a passing yards, reception, 183 yards passing, two touchdowns, no reception. Hanson at 316 yards, carries, and 17 yards, no touchdown. Washington. Receiving, you of course have Aubrey, one touchdown, two receivers, 29 yards. Erickson, three receiving reception, and 46 yards, and one touchdown. Fumble for loss about Abu Sama, and then welcome back. Of course, another fumble for loss is two total there. Defensively, one sack, I think, in the game. No exceptions there. Kansas State side of things, Avia Johnson, 21 for 30, 273 yards, two touchdowns, no receptions. Joe Jackson with 12 rushing yards, 12 carries, and 51 rushing yards. Avery Johnson with 8 carries and 21 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, 2 touchdowns, one by James Brown, 12 receptions and 8 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jared Belly, 3 yards and 75, 1 touchdown. Edwards, 1 fumble, 1 loss. Of course, Joe Jackson, 1 fumble, 1 loss. Again, total of 2. So there you have it. 19 first downs for Iowa State, 13 for Kansas State, 3 for 14 on fourth downs, 3 for 3 on fourth downs for Iowa State, 1 for 4 and fourth down conversion, and 5 for third down efficiency for Kansas State. 313 yards total for Iowa State, 251. So there's that. Passing 183 for Iowa State, 273 for Kansas State, rushing 130, 110 for Kansas State. Penalties 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 6 to 48, and possessions, 10 possession, 35, 3 to 52, 26 to 8. There's perspective there. But that was doubling game. The Lingus. The Lingus College Football Classic game. Iowa State, Kansas State. Great game. Two big teams. We'll see what happens as the season progresses for these two teams and future of playoffs. UNLV beats Iowa State. This game was sustained for 2 versus 1. Iowa State kept it close for a little bit of the game. Maybe UNLV wasn't prepared. Maybe they prepared. Didn't expect that coming. I know that. So this game was just exciting. Ohio State came in on UV. UV had two quarterbacks, OG and Zivakada, the name is. Let's see. Kalendra, who had 50 to 21, 195 passing yards, one touchdown. OG with 3 for 3, 37 yards, no touchdown. OG had 6 carries and 34 yards of rushing and one touchdown. Now, OG was a great Michigan. He's not a great passer, but he's a great runner. Maybe he could play right back. Maybe he's just less, push it to linebacker. All right, and maybe he could track some other stuff. I don't know. But OG is a decent quarterback who can at least run the ball. Not a great quarterback. Rushing yards for Iowa State, Jason Brook, and freshman had a pretty good day. Receiving, pretty good day for UNLV. So, this is the perspective there. So, so where does this happen? Okay, sorry, technical difficulties, folks. Kansas beat Fresno State, 31-7. Jay Daniels. He looked good. He looks like a high quarterback. Here's the thing with Daniels. If he can stay healthy, he can perform really well. That's the thing. He's got to stay healthy. That's the whole thing. But they beat, like, here's the thing with Fresno State. They are not afraid of Power 4 team or Power 5 team. They can give up a fight, but they do a job against Kansas. Western Kentucky beat Sam Houston, 41-24. Pretty decent game there. And Hawaii came off the winning field goal as they beat Stanford 23-20. A group of 14, 5 team, 4, Power 4 team from the ACC lose to a Power 5 team. So they have it. Overall, great games. I think the best one is Kansas Iowa State. Iowa State. Heavy Iowa State, and then the last one between Stanford and Hawaii, because it got close. Then I cannot wait for so. Anyways, that have taught my thoughts of the games, my recap of the games. All the games were great. Good job for everyone who played this weekend. Congratulations, win the losses. Get more games played. You'll figure with those. Like and subscribe, share, hit the notification button. I'll post like one. See you next video. Peace.